Hey y'all, my name is Grant Witherspoon and I'm a freshman here at Wofford College.
Hi, my name is Gabriel William Tavia. I'm a freshman here at Wofford College.
Our topic today for our ethnographic film will be, do Wofford students from the various racial statuses think it is possible to have a world without racism?
And our target is to interview Wofford students from different racial backgrounds and see what they think about questions like,
How has race shaped your experience here at Wofford? Do you believe that racism is present on Wofford's campus? And finally, do you believe that white privilege exists? We will have fun doing this experiment and see what we find out here at Wofford College. Wofford College is a liberal arts college in Spartanburg, South Carolina. It was founded in 1854. The historic 175-acre campus is a national arboretum and one of the few four-year institutions in the southeastern United States, founded before the American Civil War, that still operates on its original campus.
Hi, so we are here with Hawk. And so we're gonna ask him how his race has shaped his experience here at Wofford.
I would say my race personally has allowed me many privileges that I don't think other people have, but like seeing it from a third person, going to like work meetings and stuff like that, it's been eye-opening at Wofford about how I really am privileged and I get these chances to do stuff like go to college and stuff like that, and not everybody does. And it's been eye-opening at Wofford to see from groups like WARC and other groups on campus showing me this stuff that I somewhat knew, but really opened my eyes to this.
Good answer, good answer.
Ashley.
And today we will be asking her how has race shaped your experience here at Wofford College?
So I've been at PWIs my entire life, so it wasn't that I wasn't used to being a minority at a school, but it definitely is a feeling that you can't really get used to. I feel like a lot of people of color, especially black students as well, feel a little bit excluded from college culture here just because a lot of it surrounds around like white culture, I would say. And
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Okay, today I'm here with
Talia Cutler.
and my first question I'll ask you is, do you believe that racism is present on Wofford's campus?
I do. I think that Wofford has a systemic history of racism, and I think that even though a lot of us think that it doesn't exist today, that it does in a lot of different ways. And I think one of the clear signs is that a lot of our buildings on campus are named after people who owned slaves. But I think racism also exists in other ways, like in the classroom setting and just in general, like a lot of like the policies and different, like even like Greek organizations, there's a lot of racism kind of embedded in those.
Okay. My second question I'm gonna ask you is, do you believe that white privilege exists?
Yes, I do. And I think that, I am a white person. I think that I get a lot of benefits being a white person.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, at a place like Wofford where it's predominantly white. People will never come up to me like and ask if I'm an athlete, or like people never just assume that I'm, a certain way, or people never make assumptions about me because I am white, and so I get the benefits of that in a lot of ways, which I shouldn't, but that is how it is. So.
Good answer, good answer. Okay, today we're here with
Garrett Malden.
Okay, the question I'm gonna ask you is, do you believe that racism is present on Wofford's campus?
For the most part, no. I think certain students are probably a little, problematic. There's probably a professor or two walking around. He's kind of old school, but other than that, I think people go out of their way to not be racist and to minimize, it sounds weird, minimize racism, but
Minimize discrimination?
Minimize discrimination, just kind of eliminate racism. People go out of their way to do that a lot around here, I think.
Okay, good answer. All right.
Hi, so we are here with Cleo Young, and so we're gonna ask him a few questions. So Cleo, please tell us, how has your race shaped your experience here at Wofford?
Race at Wofford is okay. No one really talks about it, but it's a very divisive subject because like no one really talks about it, but it's fucking strictly enforced, and where you fit in and where you don't, and what spaces you can take space up in, and where you can't. And I feel like that's like your race is a big determining factor, like who talks to you, what professors will put in the time and effort to help you out. And race is a big determining factor of, I think, of your social life at Wofford. I feel that it's the most impactful with your social life because I found a lot of my people that I am friends with, I don't know if this is because of me or just because of the space I'm in. A lot of my friends are minorities at Wofford when Wofford is primarily white students. So I don't know if that's just because like we get along with friends like that, or because I don't feel like I'm actively avoiding white people. I feel like white people are actively avoiding me. And so I don't know if it's how they feel about me. I don't think I'm separating myself from them. I'm not afraid of going to white spaces, but I just think they just go out of their way to avoid me and not talk to me. And I found in a lot of situations, because of my race, a lot of white people feel like very intimidated, very, I guess, not safe around me because of my race. And not only because of my race, I'm also a male, so there's already intersectionality in that. On top of that, I'm a mean-looking male, I've been told. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Good answer, man. Good answer. Good answer.
Hi guys. So we are here with
Johanna.
Samantha.
and we're gonna ask them about how their races have shaped their experiences here at Wofford's campus.
So as a Latina, attending a predominantly white institution has definitely been a difficult experience. There has been instances in which I felt very isolated from the rest of the Wofford community. In terms of like cultural aspects, it's difficult to find something that feels like home here at a predominantly white institution. I have definitely encountered some stereotypes or microaggression or implicit bias, and I'm sure it's not intended, but it definitely shows that there's a lot of learning and growing that needs to be done here on campus. But as a Bonner Scholar, I've been able to find friends and meet other people with different backgrounds that definitely make me realize that I'm not alone here on campus, and that's my experience personally.
Similarly with Johanna's experiences, I largely identify with my heritage and my Middle Eastern background. Originally from Palestine, I feel like I've been subject to a lot more diversity with cultural backgrounds and race, and I would definitely say that my experience at Wofford has been different with my past experiences, living in my hometown, and especially when relating it back to diversity here.
Yeah, I think this is great.
All right, guys. We just finished interviewing everybody. How do you think today went?
I think it was such a great experience. This is actually like my first time. However, I think after like interviewing Wofford students from different racial backgrounds, I feel like, as the video shows, I feel like some students actually believe there's racism is like present here on Wofford's campus, and some students do not believe that racism is like present here on Wofford's campus. And so as anthropology students, what we are doing right now is to kind of like understand the perspectives of other people, and so we are not trying to impose like our views or whatever we think on people. We are not actually like sharing how we think about racism and everything here on campus. We are just giving people the opportunity to voice out what they have to say about racism. Yeah.
The way we went about this is coming from people from different cultures, so we can get a variety of answers, and different answers is what our goal was. And with the different diversities that we interviewed, we for the majority, they stated that racism is present on campus, but some people, like a small percentage of people, believe that there wasn't racism on campus, and that's okay. We don't want to give any bias into our video. And also some people were like uncomfortable to even answer some of the questions, which is perfectly fine. If I was asked these questions, I probably wouldn't answer either. So I'm like, it's a hard topic to talk about because it's so I don't know the word for it, but you know what I'm saying. But anthropologists state that racism is a relational concept. It is a set of practices, structures, beliefs, and representations that transform certain forms of perceived differences, generally regarded as undeniable and unchangeable, into inequality. And that is very true that Leaf Moling stated. Eugenia Shanklin, finally, she states, I think that anthropologists and classrooms ought to be engaged in deconstructing American notions of whiteness and blackness, considering racism as the American disease. And Alaka Wally, another anthropologist, she states that racism is institutional when it is embedded in the laws, policies, and norms of the society and normalized by pseudo-scientific claims about physical or social differences. So, yeah, that's it for today, guys. We'll hopefully see y'all next semester, and yeah, hope y'all have a great summer.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.